Today's horoscope for Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. All zodiac signs with the practical advice for the day. Aries. Money, the price of a delivery, or a payment need a clear position because Mars puts the focus on money and value, while the moon in Libra brings the other side to the table. Aries does best by saying what you want right away, with a concise wording that leaves room for a useful agreement in the next few hours. What to do today? Write your request in a simple way, check the amount, and leave space for the other side to answer. That way, you do not waste a useful deal. Taurus. Home and domestic relationships are the center of the day because Venus puts the focus on your emotional base, and the trine with Saturn asks for a stronger understanding, while the opposition to Juno shows where an agreement needs to be revised. You do well when you steady things without becoming rigid. In the next few hours, clarify a shared home matter, a visit, or a family task. What to do today? Speak once about the task that weighs on the home, and finish with a practical agreement on schedules, visits, or shared plans. Gemini. The center of the day is your relationship with money and value. Mercury brings the focus there, while the Sun trine the North Node makes a useful choice easier to see. As Gemini, it helps to speak clearly but without rushing. The Moon in Libra sparks desire and creativity, but asks for a check before you give too much. What to do today? Gather 2 numbers, 1 condition, and 1 possible yes in a note. You need a concrete reference to decide without floating in the air. Cancer. The day focuses on home, family, and your emotional base because the Moon in Libra in your home space brings up a small check between what you feel and what you keep inside. You, who protect a lot, do well to clarify in the next few hours a concrete presence at home or a domestic agreement, without reacting on impulse. What to do today? Review a concrete presence at home, in the family, or in your private space, and write 1 clear request, without over-explaining. Leo. Shared resources, trust that needs confirming, and an agreement that cannot stay on hold are the center of the day. The Sun trine the North Node, right in your most private area, opens a concrete path of transformation. Leo does best when intuition is not enough. You want things clear, with numbers or commitments named calmly, and without the need to impress. What to do today? Confirm a number, a commitment, or a deadline directly, without theatrics. Leo does best when facts do the talking. Virgo. In relationships and agreements, the day lights up because the Sun is exact in support of the North Node, and for you, this comes through a real conversation, not an understanding said too quickly. The Moon in Libra brings the theme of value and resources into a concrete negotiation. You make everything sturdier, but without hardening the dialogue. What to do today? Revisit 1 agreement, check what builds trust for both sides, and ask for the clarification that truly avoids misunderstandings in the next few hours. Libra. Friendships, shared projects, and the people who truly go with you are the center of this day, because Venus highlights them, while the first quarter moon pushes you to choose a concrete direction in the next few hours. For you, who mediate well but do not tolerate lukewarm pacts, it is better to say who is involved and who is out, instead of keeping different expectations open. What to do today? If you keep promises together that do not match, you end up carrying the practical weight. Clarify right away who decides, who delivers, and who waits. Scorpio. Pluto brings the focus to your private base, while the Moon in Libra, at the first quarter, moves through a space of closing and preparation. In the next few hours, it helps to revisit a corner of the home, a domestic habit, or a shared living setup, without forcing control. Your Scorpio way is to cut the unnecessary and let what truly matters speak, with measure. What to do today? Take 1 concrete action. Tidy, move, or close what takes up too much space, then stop there and let things settle. Sagittarius. The day centers on a shared resource, an agreement, or trust that needs to be put back in place. Because Jupiter keeps the focus on transformation, while the moon in Libra brings a check on groups and shared goals. You, as Sagittarius, do best when you widen the path without overdoing it. Ask for clarity, but on one thing at a time, with a concrete gesture. What to do today? Speak with just one person involved, clarify amounts and timing, and let a private choice stay simple, instead of turning it into a test. Capricorn. Saturn keeps the focus on your private base, while the moon in Libra makes your role and responsibilities visible at work or in your public image. For you, Capricorn, the day is about making home and your outer presence fit together. Clarify one request in the family or at home. Then choose the most sober response you can stand by in front of others. What to do today? Speak first with the person who shares your space or time. Then set a precise hour and leave the rest of the discussion out.
Aquarius. The day brings the theme of resources through concrete creativity. Uranus pushes ideas forward,
And the sun trine the North Node makes it easier to put a price on what you can do. You, as Aquarius, make the shift useful. If you reshape a proposal, answer clearly, and do not let intuition stay without a number. What to do today? Take one of your ideas and turn it into a proposal. Write a realistic amount, format, and deadline. Then ask for a clear reply. Pisces. The day puts money and value choices at the center, because Neptune pushes the focus onto money, while the sun crosses it and the moon touches shared matters. You sense before others where an amount, an agreement, or a cost does not add up. But as Pisces, you should check calmly before deciding. What to do today? Take an estimate, an expense, or an agreement and check one more detail. Only then reply, because your sensitivity needs confirmation. Thanks for listening. You can read the full horoscope for each sign on en.milazzo.life.